Our technical support was taking a nap. She's embarrassed now.
You just need a little refreshment there. She's fine.
Yeah.
She's good to go.
Taking a nap. Napping on the job.
Thumbs up.
Dock her pay for napping on the job. Eating Doritos.
2:04.1's the first boar here.
He's not even paying attention. He got pinned and he's not even paying attention to the judge. That's step one. Watch the judge and showmanship.
That's a two-tone, son.
154.1. Coming out next. Lockman Genetics. Steele and Austin. Jackson family with a drinking class. Catches the third pin.
Danville, Indiana.
Reed Naughton, have another. I've seen you use that motto before.
What's that?
Have another.
Have another. For 4 kids, sometimes you need it.
Talk her into giving up. One over there on the far side.
Looks like Mr. Reed
catching a pin. 157-1.
Mr. Naughton might have taken some showmanship lessons from Mr. Conover, I think.
Yep, on the fence.
On the fence.
Next one out, Hawaii 5-0.
That's probably not a good boar name on the fence. That would not be a good boar name. But Hawaii 5-0.
Hawaii 5-0, 208-1. Gets him a pin in 5-5.
104.2 and next. Armstrong kids.
Armstrong kiddos. Oh, show me what you're working with.
Whoa.
Mr. Armstrong's boar is happy to be here.
Very happy. He'll have 4 kids before you know it too.
I meant the pig.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Knauth bringing him another entry. Catches him a pin at number 7.
Mr. Hoag's been awful nice to give him a pin every time out. He hasn't even sweat through his shirt totally yet.
No.
Another deep class here.
It is a deep class.
Even the 4 we got left here that end up towards the bottom are surely not anything to be disappointed on bringing to a hug show.
It's a good move on showmanship from Danny. Got pinned. He's the first one over there. Avoids the rush and doesn't get anybody hurt.
People helping people.
People helping people. That's going to be on a slogan somewhere for the Berkshires. 204-1 coming out first.
Mr. Hoag buckling down here. He knows he's got a tough task in front of him here as these top 6, 7 boards.
Yes, yes, yes.
Where do you get them fancy belts like he's got on, though? That's pretty neat.
I don't know. 154-1.
Lockman entry. (145-1) comes out next. The Jackson family entry. Really balanced board. Actually, all three of them first boards are pretty similar.
1, 2, 4, 3, 5, 7, and 6.
157-1, the louder entry coming out next. Keep talking, son.
Milk. Louder Milk.
Milk
is their name.
Louder Milk. Louder Milk.
Just ran out of ink. (104-2), the Armstrong kiddos. Driven by one of the Armstrong kiddos. Knauth coming out of 7.
We talked about last year that Boars show and sale being so incredible, and that top end of that deal was just way salty. But I don't know if we had this kind of depth last year.
The depth of this Boar show has been incredible.
This is awesome. Which sometimes when you've got that depth, it takes a little bit away from the top end because there's not as much
everybody
sort
can spread out.
Yeah, but it's not going to be easy to line this class up either. It'll be a lot of fun. Now the 157-1 entry goes in there first and 7th. Another one that maybe just gives up some pounds in this class, but you talk about quality-wise, that's a really good board. Just hits a hard class and gets outmassed and pounded a little bit.
Lockman Genetics goes into 6 with 154-1. Them's 5 good show pigs. (204-1) goes in 5. It's a 2-tone drinking class. Knauth's hustling now. He got his showmanship on.
He didn't like that 7th hole.
He didn't. He's hustling. He's trying to get out of that 7th hole. (208-1) on the far side. Larry and Janet White with the showmanship assist by Hawaii 5-0. 145-1. Miss Jackson showing her family's board. Drinking class off the reservation. Armstrong kids on the far side, 104-2. That's a blackout wedding, shotgun wedding. And then the Knauth entry is 147-1. Be a scandal on a King Kong. Armstrong kiddos going 4. Another one of them mainstays. Old Randall Buck just grabs him a chair and just comes sits down in the ring. Guess if you get to be around that long, you can just do what you want.
And he's always bidding on Berkshire Boars, so why not let him, right?
Yeah, you betcha. Nothing good to get over you.
Okay, we'll introduce these class winners.
He should be used to the heat, though, being from Oklahoma.
From class 1.
We didn't quite get over here in time done with this class, so they're going to talk about the champion Poland boar show on the other side of the ring. And we got us a couple of minutes.
Mr. Ho,
Absolutely nothing going on over here.
Mr. Ho taking some refreshment.
Class 2. Laurie Ferris, Central Oklahoma. She also had second in that class.
She just,
While we've got a break here, I nominate and second the motion of Mr. Burzloff giving us a list and kind of giving a shout out to our sponsors. Can you not even read?
I can't read. No, can you help me out? Oh, sponsors, Mormon Show Tech, Noble Sires, Show Right, Show Feeds, D&H Show Stock, Titan Sticks, Staten Farms, Brad Howell Ford, Chris Lanham Herefords, Novel Designs, Branded Show, and must be all Show Pig sprayers, looks like.
Make
What
sure
does
that
that
you
mean?
follow. Yeah, I'm gonna read the rest of this. Make sure to follow the Walton crew on Twitter at Walton Webcast. Like their Facebook page of Walton Webcasting. Send them messages on Facebook or tweet their Twitter. Let them know where you're watching from, and let them know that you're keeping up. I know that yesterday they had the numbers that 48 states I think viewed. I think 5 different countries, if I remember right, like
impressive.
China, Italy, Canada.
Here's Mr. Hogue with
New
your
Mexico.
comments.
And then the Berkshires, I just told Kevin Wendt, I said, the only thing I've come to the conclusion is in the last 2 boar classes, when you can say there are 7 boars in each class, that you have a sow at home that would be interesting to see the litter out of those individually as you go through them. I think the only answer is a guy needs more Berkshire sows, because there's so much opportunity that has been driven in the ring on the sire side of this particular group that it gets really, really exciting to put together. As I look at our top pair, top 3 Berkshire boars, I'm torn because, you know, no show judge wants to, in an open show setting, have a boar or a gilt way down the line bring the most money, but bottom line, you can't worry about that, in my opinion. You sit out here and you think of your sows, you think of the Berkshire breed, you think of the tremendous set that was at the Expo Junior Show, the tremendous set of Berkshire females that was at the Junior Show here, and you just got to use the boar that you want to use for your particular sows. I'll let the buying public, I'll let you folks buy the semen that you want to, and we'll make Berkshires better next year. You watch these 3 go across the ring, and in my opinion, there's one athlete of the group. I think they're all 3 big muscle dogs. They're all 3 cool looking. They're all 3 wide-bodied, wide-bladed, lean, and not puffy. But one of them's angle up front is the most appropriate. That enables him to be the most athletic. He's the big boar in his skeleton. He's the big boar in his kind. And I think he's a tremendous breeding piece. Young man right there is going to win this particular class. I think that Berkshire boar fits the widest cross section of sows in America. I think for where we're currently at in the industry, to making sure that hogs aren't too moderate, that they're not too little and too wound up. This is a big kind of Berkshire boar that is lean and wide where he needs to be. He's smooth where he needs to be, and he can flat pick him up and set him down on both ends of his framework. He's got a little yellow stain on his legs. The young man probably needs to freshen his shavings up at home just a little, but he looks like a breeding hog to me. He's built like a breeding hog. I like that one a whole bunch. 2 and 3, oh my, think of the value that these things can do on the right sow. The 145-1 boar is my choice for second today. I want show bears built like him all day long. This is what I thought, though, when I studied this top pair. If a judge takes a long time, like I've been doing today, what is this Barazon, this guy going to do in their form? He's just a nickel tilted up front. We struggle at home with our Berkshires, getting them a little too straight up front. So as a result, I'm probably not the best judge because that form might not work the best on our sows. But man, there's a lot of Berkshire females I saw today. That thing is wicked stout, wicked cool, and that is a show barrow making machine that I'd like to show pigs out of. 2081, same story, just a little shorter bodied version of the Boar in second. Really big bladed, really big form, jet level. He doesn't wrinkle up in his ham loin. I love all those things about him. He's conservative in his marking. So many good things are represented in this Berkshire Boar. He just missed a nickel bulldoggy up front. Got to watch that on your sow, and then that one will make a big impact in one generation. Young man that comes in 4, this is another great breeding hog. Long bodied, big bladed, got a great hock design in him. This boar maybe didn't balance quite as uniquely as the top 3 did, but I encourage you to get this boar out back in the barn, talk to JR about his pedigree, because that hip and hock design holds a tremendous amount of value regardless of what breed you're driving. That's a good long-bodied Berkshire boar that's raw in his kind. The 204 boar, initially this was a real neat boar to me to study in terms of balance, that show ring readiness. The longer he drives, the quicker in his rump design he gets. I want to let him reach his hock a little farther behind his nuts, get him, or testicles, get him going just a little farther behind. Really good boar from there forward from that standpoint. Another boar coming out, really stout, really big bone. I love the rawness of kind of this hog. This gentleman had a couple of Berkshire gilts that were raw. He brings a boar that is right on track there in terms of feature and shape. A little course right there for me. Study that one, that's a lot of value. Boar in 7. If I didn't have to get behind the hogs, this one might get the neatest show pig award of the group. He is cool built, run uphill, neat headed, got a great curvature, got a bear paw for a front foot, just a nickel flatter in his ham. But if you've got enough muscle in your Berkshires, there's value in that particular hog. Big stout one that gets a little plain right there, come out in 8. Dan's born 9, really a high growth, long body, big bladed kind of hog you love from that standpoint. Really sound. Got a nice boar here. Might have been a little tough on. He's lean and shapely, looked a little dry like he hadn't eaten at the show, maybe quite as good. Final board's just giving up enough horse and performance. Tremendous class. I talked too long, I know, but it's one of my flaws.